Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the organizing committee of the conference, I would like to welcome all of you at the HealthTech Innovation Conference organized jointly by European HealthTech Innovation Center, Faculty of Biomedical Engineering, as well as American Heart of Poland. The conference is held under the ordinary patronage of Marshal of the Silesian Voivodeship Wojciech Saługa, the mayor of Zabrze, Agnieszka Ruprniewska, the rector of the Medical University of Silesia, Professor Tomasz Szczepański, and the rector of the Silesian University of Technology, Professor Marek Pawełczyk. And now I would like to ask the members of the highest authorities to address all the participants. So I would like to ask Professor Marek Dzik, Chair of the Scientific Committee, Secretary of State at the Ministry of Science and Higher Education. Professor Dzik, please take the floor.
Thank you. Magnificent Rector, all distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it's my great pleasure and honor to be here with you as a representative of our national government and Ministry of Science and Higher Education. I remember when we started the conference in 2012, we created the platform of the exchange experiences and mutual inspiration between doctors and engineers. I remember during the first conference, Professor Marian Zembala said that only humble collaboration between doctors and engineers can contribute to the development of new technology for medical applications. The words became the motto of the conference. Ladies and gentlemen, let me to wish a new director, Professor Marcin Kaczmarek, good luck and the further dynamic development of European HealthTech Innovation Center and the conference too. And all conference participants, I wish satisfaction for you. Thank you for your coming, and I wish you fruitful discussion. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Professor Dzik. However, it hasn't been mentioned because it's obvious that the former Professor Marek Dzik is also a former director of the European HealthTech Innovation Center. So I am just honored to just continue his work. Right now, I would like to ask Professor Marek Pawełczyk, rector of the Silesian University of Technology, to address our guests.
Good morning, Minister, the Director, the Deans, and dear guests. It's my great pleasure to be here. HealthTech Innovation Conference, where should it be organized? Obviously in European HealthTech Innovation Center. So I'd like to congratulate the founders of this European HealthTech Innovation Center, Professor Marek Dzik, Professor Zbigniew Paszenda, who is currently Vice Director for Infrastructure and Investments at the Silesian University of Technology. We are very happy that representatives of very many institutions from all over the country and also from foreign countries decided to come to this conference. It's the 13th conference and it gains significant interest from year to year. I would like to wish you very many fruitful discussions. I believe that this center is found as a perfect institution, perfect place for collaboration, a joint collaboration between academia and industry. You can find very modern infrastructure in this center and which is open for collaborators. We are very happy that you can also be ambassadors of this conference and of the Silesian University of Technology. The Faculty of Biomedical Engineering is a successor of some other faculties from the Silesian University of Technology, and it operates in this campus in Zabrze for quite many years already, but it is the newest faculty. And the faculty is very fast developing. I would like to wish also the new dean of the faculty and his team to undertake the successful story of his previous deans, which managed to organize one of the best faculties of this kind and the first faculty of biomedical engineering in Poland. We are very successful in establishing the collaboration between the medical sector, the engineering sector, and also the industrial partners. I think that this conference brings a lot to develop this collaboration further. Thank you very much for joining, and I wish you a very nice day.
Thank you. And now I would like to ask to address the conference attendees Dominika Orszulik-Baron, representing the directors of Center for Cardiovascular Research and Development, American Heart of Poland.
Hello, on behalf of the American Heart of Poland, I would like to warmly welcome all the guests, speakers, and students. And we have the honor to coordinate the conference for several years. And this is the proof how medicine needs knowledge and ideas of engineers. Technology are changing now, and we are lucky to able to cooperate and create the medicine of the 21st century. Thank you.
And last but not least, I would like to ask Professor Marcin Basiaga, the Dean of the Faculty of Biomedical Engineering, to say some welcome words to our participants.
Thank you, Chairman. Dear Minister, dear Rector, dear guests, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very proud, I'm very pleased that we, together with the American Heart of Poland and European HealthTech Innovation Center, can once again organize this conference. This conference is 13, and thank you for Professor Milewski, thank you for Professor Kaczmarek, that together we can organize this conference, HealthTech Innovation. So this conference is unusual. Why? Because it provides a platform for networking and collaboration between the biomedical engineering and representative of medical center. So I wish you, for all participants, the gain of the new knowledge, inspiring and interesting discuss for innovation of medicine in sports. Have a nice conference. Thank you.
Okay. I would like to say that HealthTech Innovation Conference is more than just a conference. It's a platform for sharing and information on the latest achievements and developments in the field of biomedical engineering. And the platform has been designed to share experiences of innovative technologies from the field of biomedical engineering. It has also been designed to empower the integration and collaboration between professionals representing medical, scientific, and engineering centers, as well as national and regional authorities. Bearing this in mind, I would like to extend my cordial welcome to our noble guest. First of all, I would like to welcome Professor Zbigniew Paszenda, the Vice Rector for the Infrastructure and Investment of the Silesian University of Technology. I would like to also cordially welcome Dr. Ferenc Pongracz, Deputy Managing Director of Innovators at EIT Health. I would like to also welcome Ms. Agnieszka Barczyk, Director of the Department of Supervision of Medical Entities and Health Protection, Marshal's Office of the Silesian Voivodeship. The warm welcome is toward Professor Sławomir Blamek, Director of the National Institute of Oncology. A special warm welcome goes directly to Dr. Małgorzata Mańka-Szulik, Meritorious of the Department of Biomedical Engineering, Vice Rector for the Development of the Silesian Academy. We also have a pleasure to guest Professor Andrzej Hajdasiński, the Meritorious for the Department of Biomedical Engineering from Nairobi Business University. And we also have Professor Jan Marciniak, Nestor of the Salesian Biomedical Engineering, the former director of the Center of Biomedical Engineering. Here's with us Professor Andrzej Myśliwiec, Vice Rector for Organization and Cooperation of the Academy of Physical Education in Katowice. I would like to welcome Professor Mariusz Nowak, Director of the Burn Treatment Center in Siemianowice Śląskie. I would like to also welcome Professor Ewa Piętka, member of the Scientific Excellence Council, head of the Department of Medical Informatics and Artificial Intelligence. I would like to also cordially welcome Professor Piotr Przybyłowski, Managing Director of the Salesian Center for Heart Diseases. Let me warmly welcome Adam Szlachta, CEO and the Financial Director of the American Heart of Poland. And last but not least, I would like to welcome Professor Grażyna Simcha-Martinkowa, Director of the Nanotechnology Center, Technical University of Ostrava. Many guests have honored us today with their presence. Allow me to mention those who have managed to join us. I will read the list of participants now, and when I finish, let's give them a round of applause. Let me begin with strong team from the University of Pécs in Hungary, Dr. Peter Marotti and Dr. Roland Tolt. Piotr Antonowicz, CEO at RootPol. Professor Katarzyna Arłukowicz, Chief of the Department of Biomedical Engineering, University of Zielona Góra. Professor Tomasz Bielecki, Department Deputy Director for Medical Affairs, Hospital in Mikołów. Professor Dariusz Bojczuk, Dean for the Faculty of Management and Computer Modeling System in Kielce University of Technology. Dr. Jaromir Brmisz, Officer of the Department of External and Internal Relations at the Office of a Governor. Marcin Bruszewski, board member at the American Heart of Poland. Michał Ciach, CEO at the Tech Integra. Professor Gerard Cybulski, member of the Biocybernetics and Biomedical Engineering Committee of the Polish Academy of Sciences. Dr. Szymon Cygan, Vice Dean for the Student Affairs at the Promotion with the Faculty of Mechatronics, Warsaw University of Technology. Dr. Jakub Doleziel, Head of the Implementation Team for the CTOSN, Telemedicine Services University Hospital in Ostrava. Janusz Dramski, First Vice President of the Regional Chamber of Commerce in Katowice. Professor Bartosz Glapiński, Director of the Faculty of Mechanical Engineering, Poznań University of Technology. Professor Mariusz Gąsior, Head of the Department of the Clinical Department for Cardiology at the Medical University of Silesia. Dr. Andreas Glentz, President and Founder of the Privac Company. Professor Filip Górski, Vice Dean for the Science and Faculty of Mechanical Engineering, Poznań University of Technology. Dr. Christian Kies, Dr. Belasz Kovesh, Member Board of the European Association in Urology. Krzysztof Kowalik, Director of the Provincial Hospital in Sosnowiec. Professor Dawid Larysz, President of Polish Society for Facial and Skull Treatment. Professor Adam Liebert, Chairman of the Committee of the of the Institute for Biocybernetics and Biomedical Engineering for the Polish Academy of Science. Professor Robert Michnik, Chairman of the Council Board for the Engineering Discipline in Medical Silesian University of Technology. Professor Zbigniew Nawrat, Creative Director of the Foundation for the Development of Cardiac Surgery. Professor Paweł Kaźmierczak, Board Member of the Medical Director at the American Heart of Poland. Michał Kempowicz, Director of the Strategic Relation and Market Access Leader at the Philips Polska. Professor Robert Komar, Managing Director of the Upper Silesia Rehabilitation Center REPTY in Tarnowskie Góry. Professor Tomasz Koszucki, Head of the Department of Surgery and Urology at the Upper Silesian Children's Health Center. Professor Andrzej Obuchowicz, Dean for the Faculty of Computer Science, Electrical Engineering and Automation of the University of Zielona Góra. Professor Elżbieta Pamurła, Vice Dean for the Science and Deputy for Faculty of Material Science, AGH University of Science and Technology. Professor Jolanta Pauk, Director of Biomedical Engineering Institute of Faculty of Mechanical Technical University of Białystok. Professor Celina Pezowicz, Dean of the Faculty of Mechanical Engineering, Wrocław University of Science and Technology. Dr. Artur Polak, CEO of the APA Group. Waldemar Pudlo, Managing Director of the Foundation for the Development of Cardiac Surgery. Dr. Jan Sarna, General Director of the Foundation for the Development of Cardiac Surgery. Marcin Sprawka, CEO at Yoshi Innovation, and Professor Michał Strzelecki, Chairman of the Committee for the Evaluation of Scientific Disciplines. Let's greet them with a round, warm, cordial applause. And I would like to also welcome the sponsors of our this year's conference, without whom the conference will not be possible to be in the shape as it is. So I would like to thank our golden sponsor, Marciej Zinka, CEO of Meden InMed. Thank you. And I would like to also thank our silver sponsor, Janusz Franczyk, CEO of Technomex. Meden InMed and Technomex have also funded gifts for the winners of the competition of the best poster. So I would like to thank you for the generous support and for being us for those years. Finally, last but not least, I would like to extend my warm welcome to all our distinguished guests, speakers, participants, and attendees. Thank you for joining us. And I wish you a fruitful time at the HealthTech Innovation Conference 2024. So warm welcome to all of you. I hereby declare that I consider the conference as officially started. So. And now I think it's time to start our first session. The first session is just, I would like to ask the two chairmen, Dr. Bongrat and Joanna Broy, to chair this session.
Thank you very much. Welcome everyone. I'm Joanna Broy. I'm representing EIT Health in Poland. And first of all, thank you very much for organizing Professor Kaczmarek for the invitation to join the panel, to the conference and organize the panel discussion that will start in a minute. We are also proud that European HealthTech Innovation Center of the Silesian University of Technology is a partner of EIT Health. So before we start the panel discussion, I would like to briefly introduce you to EIT Health, and I will be happy to answer all the questions during the break that you may have about our institution and our organization. So EIT Health is actually part of the European Institute of Innovation and Technology, Europe's largest community supporting students, supporting innovators, scientists, to turn their ideas into reality. And I'm representing EIT Health, as I mentioned. However, within the European Institute of Innovation and Technology, you can find many different fields that we are supporting, from food, climate, raw materials, and even culture and creativity. And as EIT Health, we are a catalyst that brings together the brightest mindset, the brightest innovators, also investment and healthcare providers to bring the healthcare solutions to the market. And I think the biggest value of and how we are operating, we are supporting innovative solutions to launch them on the market, and with the support of different key stakeholders brought together in the organization. Because in our organization, we have partners representing academia, business, industry, patient organization, healthcare providers, insurances, hospitals. So we work from the very beginning all together to make sure that the solutions that we are supporting our innovators will have a place at the market with a benefit to the most important agents, so patients and citizens. And we are doing this together to make the healthcare system more efficient, more competitive, and also to educate patients, educate citizens in the area of Health. And another great value we believe in EIT Health is that we operate across Europe. So we can very easily bring stakeholders from different regions, bring them together with the benefit for the end users, let's say. We are also operating in Canada, Israel, United States, and Japan. So that's why it's quite easy for us to bring specific stakeholders together with a benefit for our innovators as well. And among our leaders, so among our partners, we have leaders in their field. We have innovative universities, industry leaders, so top medtech and digital pharma companies, also high-profile investors, and the best hospitals in Europe. Some of the names you can also see at the slides. And again, we are very proud to have among our partners Silesian University of Technology and HTIC. And how we are operating, we are first of all supporting our students, our innovators, and our entrepreneurs in the education activities. So we teach a lot about innovation, entrepreneurship, market to access areas. We also support startups and spin-offs from universities or research centers in accelerator activities. And we also have great tools, great instruments to support innovators really develop their businesses and develop their solutions so they are mature enough to be placed in the market. Here are some statistics, some facts. So what we've done since 2016 when we started operating as EIT Health, in terms of number of startups that we supported. Also, we managed to launch on the market over 100 products already that patients in Europe are using, and we are also educating a great amount of students, innovators, society in terms of innovation and entrepreneurship. And I would like to bring to your focus our latest program that we created as part of EIT Health, InnoStars Spice. This program is open, so as I mentioned, I will be happy to answer all the questions in terms you are interested to apply. We are looking for 10 innovative teams in the area developing innovative solutions in the area of healthcare that we can support together and build businesses together. And the call is open to European HealthTech startups, SMEs, but also innovators, scientists, research institutions. And we are looking for solutions that are at the Taylor 6, so not yet ready to launch on the market, but the first validation has been done. And we are about to support you in customized services, how you can then develop the product further, customized mentoring, and of course access to our network and our stakeholders. So if you're interested here, you also we've mentioned services that we will support the selected teams in terms of quality assurance, clinical validation, data privacy, etc. So it's really tailor-made program to specific solutions to develop, support you in develop further. And we are waiting for the applications till the end of October. So there is still a bit of time to prepare a great application, and we will be really happy to support you in that. And here also we hopefully can share the slides where you can find more information about the program, and I really encourage you to apply with your innovative solution. And if you have more questions, you can also schedule a meeting with me, and I will be happy to bring more insight of what we are really doing within EIT Health. And this was just an introduction to our panel discussion where we will discuss in more details how EIT and how different instruments supporting innovative solutions can also support scientists to bring their solution to the market. That's why I would like to, it's my great pleasure to invite First of all, Ferenc Pongracz, Deputy Managing Director at EIT Health Innovators, who will moderate the session, so we can slowly start taking seats. And Professor Marcin Kaczmarek, once again, thank you very much for your trust in organizing this panel discussion, Director of the European HealthTech Innovation Center. Then we also have Anna Gawrońska, Healthcare Manager at the EIT Health, Miłosz Jamrory, CEO of MedTech Design. And online, I think we can maybe show our online panelists as well. We have Marton Herczek, Head of Innovation Ecosystem Unit at EIT. We have Jan Guzowski, Assistant Professor at the Polish Academy of Science, Institute of Physical Chemistry. We have Maja Escarti-Barcia, Deep Tech Venture Builder Program Manager at the EIT Health, and Mateusz Janusz, Director of Corporate and Investment Banking at Santander Bank, Poland. Thank you very much, and let's start the discussion.
Excellent. So, do we have a mic? Thank you. Works. Fantastic. So thank you very much for the opportunity to be here, and we would like to make an interesting session for you. So this session will be like a Hollywood movie, okay? So it will be very exciting. So what do you need for a good Hollywood movie? Okay, so first of all, you need heroes. So we have the heroes here, right? So the first thing that happens in a movie that you got the introduction of the heroes and their super capabilities. So this is what we will start with. And then, if you have an exciting movie, you need to have an issue. You have to have a problem that we need to solve. So this issue is actually the European paradox. We're going to talk about that, that we are full with heroes, we are full with clever people, but if you see it's translating into tangible results, that it is not as shiny as, let's say, the scientific glory of Europe and then Poland. So what to do with that? And finally, hopefully, we will have a solution as well, like a happy end in the end of the movie. So hopefully the team will come with some solutions as well. And from my side, representing EIT Health, definitely, my solution would be that everybody will know our fantastic colleague, Joanna Broy. So Joanna, maybe you can just stand up for a moment. So I think there are many solutions, but my suggestion here is really not to Joanna, because I think she can help you. So like in the movies, she's the wizard or whatever you can call her, who can give you some special tools. So with starting with that, I would like to introduce you our heroes, and let us do it in a way that just from technical point of view, I will just give around the mic. So we start with Marcin and go around here, and after we go with our distinguished guests over the internet. So please introduce yourself, and please tell us what do you think about your role in terms of making more successful innovation in Poland and in Europe. Marcin.
Thank you very much, Ferenc. My name is Marcin Kaczmarek. I'm director of the European HealthTech Innovation Center, and my expectation, as discussed, are as following. Since we are scientists, we just work in the field of finding solutions in biomedical engineering. And I think that, this part has already been, let's say, worked out. For sure, there's a plenty of room for, let's say, development, for prospective innovations, etc., etc. But nowadays, the thing we are looking for is just a cooperation, extending the cooperation, because since biomedical engineering, by definition, is just a science that combines together specialists and professionals from different areas, mostly from medicine, science, engineering. But nonetheless, of course, manufacturers of medical devices and technologies. And here, I think that we reach the potential. We can just create something bigger. I mean, we try to develop our ecosystem. The ecosystem that would be enable just to face challenges that are waiting for us, in the nowadays, days and in the future, just facing the problems of solutions for aging society or just for looking some new therapies and new developments in biomedical engineering. So that's mainly my goal. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Anna Gawrońska. I have recently joined EIT Health, but I've been working with the healthcare industry for 20 years now. I've been helping Polish hospitals implement different digital solutions. And apart from my activities within EIT Health, I've also been involved in different projects at Warsaw School of Economics. So what I'm trying to do in my everyday life is to bridge this gap between research results and hospital reality, so that all IT solutions that are implemented serve both patients but also medical staff. We've been talking about patient safety a lot recently in Poland due to many legal changes, but what is also important is to bear in mind that medical staff is also using these tools, and these IT solutions should help them. So my solution would be to bridge this gap between research results and reality. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Miłosz Zabrze, and I am CEO of MedTech Design. And my journey started with biomedical engineering when I was doing my PhD work. And then I realized to do something that really matters require knowledge. So I went to the med school, finished it, and then I realized, okay, the journey is longer. So the last more than 10 years I spent in innovation-driven enterprise, so startups. And during the whole journey, I gathered the knowledge, and I'm here to share it with you to help put your ideas into the market. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and thanks, Marcin, for having an extra mic, so that makes it much easier. So I kindly ask now our distinguished guests over the internet. Just I don't know if you can see us, but let me tell you that we are in a beautiful auditorium, in Zabrze, and we are very glad that you have joined us. And I think, to be polite, I think ladies should start first. So Maria, maybe you can start.
Hello, I think I heard my name. Sorry, maybe the connection or the the sound is not so good from my side, but thank you very much. It's great to be here. It's a great opportunity to participate in this fantastic panel with such great experts. My name is Maria Scarti. I am the Deep Tech Venture Builder Program Lead at EIT Health, and I'm leading this new initiative and program focusing on deep tech and, of course, in the health area. And we want to help these early stage innovators to bridge the gap, right? To bridge the gap and help them, get earlier on in the market and access investment earlier on. So we want to de-risk these early stage innovators and the innovations and help bridge the gap. But I hope I can talk a little bit more about this program in the discussion, and really looking forward to exchange some opinions and, of course, interesting insights about deep tech and health today. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Looking forward. And let me ask Mateusz to continue. Okay, Mateusz, can you hear us?
Yeah. I'm sorry, I have a little bit problem with connection, but now I am. So good morning. Thanks for having me. I represent Santander Bank Poland, where I am responsible for finding and investing in Polish technology companies on a daily basis. We are looking especially for companies after their post-seed stage. So companies which are prepared for Series A fundings or their IPOs. In addition to investments, I support companies in their international expansion, which is very important for the development of technology companies, so that they follow the global trends created by market and I will also want to share my opinion with you about how important is co-working between huge companies, huge corporates, and innovators and education side.
Excellent. Looking forward. And finally, I would like to ask Márton Herceg, who is a big boss at EIT. So I'm very glad that you took a time to talk to us. So Márton, please introduce yourself and your organization.
Thank you very much, Ferenc, and very good morning to all the friends in Poland from Budapest, Hungary. I'm head of the innovation ecosystem at the European Institute of Innovation and Technology. And basically, via EIT Health, you may grasp a little bit of what we do, because similarly to EIT Health, we have 8 other knowledge and innovation communities that we have established across Europe. And our mandate is basically to bring together academia, research organization, and businesses in order to boost innovation capacity and competitiveness of Europe via creating long-lasting pan-European partnerships and ecosystem. And what we aim to do is to turn students, talents into entrepreneurs, equip them with innovative skills to help products and services being developed, and also businesses to emerge from these activities. It's a great pleasure to be with here and share my view with you. Thank you for the invitation.
Thank you very much. So now you know the heroes. We will hear more about the heroes because they were a little bit... Sorry, Jan, I missed you out. I do apologize for that. So Jan, please introduce yourself. But you know, this is a great opportunity because people usually remember the last one. So please.
Hello, everyone, and thank you very much for the invitation. My name is Jan Guzowski, and I represent Institute of Physical Chemistry, which is part of Polish Academy of Sciences. And here at the Institute, we do basic research, but also applied research. And more recently, we really become interested in applying this research and commercializing our results. The Institute is already a place where a couple of spin-off companies have been created, some of them very successful, already independent, and there are new projects that are being spinned off very recently. And the Institute has also become an associate partner of EIT Health this year. So we are very happy to collaborate with EIT and use your help in getting more European connections in international European grants, but also in applying for funds and programs where we can meet investors and also potential future business partners, because this is not so common that business partners directly come to the Institute, but via EIT Health, we hope it will be possible. So thank you.
Thank you, Jan. So now we had the introduction, and here is the time to talk about the issue or the complication. So everybody heard about this so-called European paradox. Some people say it doesn't exist, by the way, but you know, I can ask everybody's opinion about that. So basically, as everybody knows, this is about, as I mentioned earlier, that Europe has very strong intellectual capacity, great scientific outcome. But if you see many areas in terms of commercial success, then Europe is not represented as strongly in the commercial success as in the, let's say, the scientific excellence. And if you see many critical areas, you know, you talk about computing, you talk about, you know, critical technologies in digital areas, also in medical fields, then Europe is underrepresented compared to the size of the GDP, compared to size of the scientific outcome. So what can we do to make more efficient, basically, our translation of scientific excellence into practical practical outcomes? That's the question. So first of all, I would like to ask everybody to say the opinion if this problem exists at all. Some people, question the issue, and if so, what do you think we can do about that? And then please just let's have a debate here. So I will ask Marcin to comment. This is okay like that as well. So I asked Marcin to comment, but please kind of chip in and let's have a lively debate about that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Actually, the paradox exists. In my opinion, for sure, we all must agree because we cannot argue with numbers. And the numbers are unfortunately very clear about the percentage spent on science and the outcome in terms of innovative solutions. But nonetheless, if you ask me what is my opinion of this situation, of course, I will just say my opinion from the point of view, from scientific point of view, from the point of view of academia. Yeah, unfortunately, I think that the major problem is, let's say, still money. I mean, a lot of money needs to be invested. For sure, we understand. All of us, we should rather look at the money we need to spend on science as a kind of an investment, not expenditure. So in terms of that one, for sure, we just required money. One can say that, oh, come on, there are many different sources we can get the money from for research and development. In fact, there is. However, there are some limitations. There are some let's say, very serious drawbacks, I would say. Why? Because, it is required to have cooperators. I mean, they're technical and business partners. And it is extremely hard to find a company who will invest their money so willingly, even though if their result is not so clear. I mean, so with such huge potential. So I believe that the solution here will be just to find, just to implement some mechanisms that allows all key players. I mean, scientists, medical engineers, medical professionals, and manufacturers of medical devices, just to reach the money that are available for, let's say, development of submerging technologies.
So can I ask a question here? Because we talk about money, right? And if you see the statistics, actually Europe overall, and it's true for Poland as well, spending less money than the leading economies in terms of research and development. If you see the numbers, Korea, for instance, or Israel are on the top of that. Japan, US is in the range of, let's say, 4%. They are different numbers, so someone says more, someone says less. Korea and Israel even higher. Europe is a 2-3% kind of range. Poland is below the 2%, if I'm not mistaken. But maybe it will develop. We can ask later on. But nevertheless, I think this is the government money. But if I understand your question or your comments, we talk about the public investment and the private investment as well. So I think if I see the numbers properly, the private investment is kind of also lower, or even the gap is potentially there. So what do you think about that? And definitely we would like to give a chance for the other panelists to comment that as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Just to be clear, I believe that there is a potential, huge potential in private money as well. However, it is very challenging for companies just to invest the money, because the outcome of the potential investment is not clear, because it is not that the investment will be returned in 5 years. Especially when we talk about medical devices. There we've got a situation where we need to follow let's say, for example, a certification path. So the certification path takes, let's say, 2 years, 4, 5. Okay, so that's the time we need to invest. Okay, still investing in the project. However, at the end, it is not clearly and economically feasible sometimes to be absolutely sure that there will be expected market success at the end.
Yes. So Milos, maybe I can turn to you, because you have experience supporting enterprises in the medical field, and definitely this area has some specialties. So how do you see from the, let's say, from the battlefield this question?
Okay, so there is a couple of things. The regulation path used to take 3 months, but now we have MDR, so it can take 2 years. and investors don't want to pay for these 2 years. There is no reason why he should pay for it. This is his money, and he also wants to know how much he will earn in next 5 years. If you don't know that, he will never put the money on the table. So all that kind of knowledge, how to take your precious technology, change it into value proposition that will bring the money in business, needs to be measured, defined, and somehow assessed, because the investors look on this cheese, but he is very afraid to lose his arm during this investment. So the entrepreneur needs to know how to develop the project, how to describe, how to manage all the risks in this project to give to the investor an opportunity to invest safely. And of course, there is a lot of money, but the issue with the money is that this money is connected with expectation from the investor side. They want to invest less and earn more in shorter time. And this is where the issue begins, because 2 years of waiting, and during these years, many things can change. And HealthTech is regulation, is reimbursement, is also the science, not only technical science, but also medical science. Those two evolves. And when we're thinking about the deep tech, it is something that investors will not never understand.
So let us ask actually an investor, because we have an investor here. So Mateusz, are you scared, to hear that? Will you still talk to us after listening, all the challenges of the medical innovation? Or on the other side, if it is a high risk, then there is a high return as well. So how does Santander see this situation?
Thanks for the question, because it's a very important thing. I think that currently in tech ecosystem, we have a big pressure from investor to get quick financial returns, and it often leads negative consequences, because medical technologies have longer R&D runway, certification process, and also commercial period programs. And VC funds and business angels should remember about this. I think that this is why investors need to innovators need to carefully decide how and with who they finance their projects. And innovators should choose investors who understand the medical innovation sector well. For example, leading global funds like Hill Capital, HealthCap, or Equity Life Science understand the specifics of medical innovation companies, and they know that pushing for early returns can do more harm than good. And it shows that investment funds which invest in medtech startups should create the right ecosystem for innovators to grow the products. And like always, the most valuable resources are access to industry experts, corporate clients, and tools that help founders succeed. And this is the key products which could develop funds. And in summary of my speech, I think that both innovators and investors should make thoughtful decisions and remember that medical companies have longer way to full commercialization and brings expected returns to investors. And my message to investors from the audience is pushing HealthTech companies and its founders for early financial returns. It's always a bad idea, because it could ruin their potential and make lower returns for you. So let's allow the company to develop and at its natural pace, and we will thoroughly get what we expect.
Thank you very much. We have actually Jan as a researcher, and Jan, you also mentioned that your institute has some successes in commercialization. So can you share with us, what makes you interested in at all, for commercial success as a researcher, and maybe you can share some best practices from your institute.
Yeah, so I think what what is needed from the point of view of a scientist who wants to commercialize their research idea is some amount of trust from the institution, from the university, or whatever the host institution is. So this is, and this, I mean, this kind of support that that allows this newborn entrepreneur to remain motivated, right? So it will not work if a CEO of a spin-off doesn't really have much to say in the spin-off. This is on, let's say, the psychological side. So it's important also that that the founders really keep the equity in these spin-offs. On the other hand, there is a support needed, like infrastructure that the spin-off should have access to, even after becoming a spin-off, formally independent or partially independent, but still at this early stage, it is very important to possibly limit the operational costs. So especially in this biotech field, the cost of infrastructure is really something crucial. So even if we use very common infrastructure like confocal microscope, this is not something we can afford as a spin-off. So this support at the early stage is really important. And maybe last thing is also I mean, maybe not last, but it was already mentioned. The money is very important, but the way it is distributed is also important. So I think sometimes this internal grants of proof of concept grants would be really useful. That would be custom tailored to spin-offs, their situation, because we don't have much of those programs really in Poland that are suited for spin-offs. And regarding our institute, the definitely most successful spin-off has been Scope Fluidics. It was founded in 2010 or 2011, and it was a spin-off from Institute of Physical Chemistry, and its daughter company was sold to Biorad, so it was one of the biggest deals in Polish biotech sector 2 years ago. And the institute had some shares in this spin-off, and they actually get quite a lot of money from this that they could invest in expanding infrastructure. So we kind of see that there are returns, that this pays off. And we, as an institute, we want to follow this path. And make it more systematic, because 10 or 12 years ago it was like a single shot and it worked, but to make it really like a system, it requires systematic approach.
It's very, very nice to hear success stories. And obviously there is a big topic about turning research and especially deep tech, so not only applied but more advanced research into successes. So EIT actually has a program for that topic, and Maria is the program manager for that program. So Maria, maybe you can share some information about the Deep Tech Venture Builder program, and how do you see it could help the organizations and the audience who is participating in this conference?
Thank you. Yes. So indeed, yes, we are working on a program in EIT Health. It's called the Deep Tech Venture Builder Program. And here I think we are, of course, touching on a topic that I think all of the panelists here also they are talking about, right, how to bridge the gap, right, and how to bridge that gap. And we see that collaboration is key. In this program, the Deep Tech Venture Builder program, we seek to help innovators at early stages. We're targeting academic and research teams. And we are offering a program that is around the 10th month long program. What we'll be giving, right, EIT Health, we're giving, of course, funding, but we're giving a framework, we're giving training and support also in the terms of mentoring. And here we're partnering also together with venture builders and of course with investors. One of the principles of the Deep Tech Venture Builder program is that EIT Health will co-invest. We will deploy the money. We will actually be giving funding to certain projects, right, in deep tech. But one of the main principles is that there must be a private co-investor. And I think this is key in helping, of course, innovators in early stages. This private-public collaboration is key between venture investors, academia. We have to, of course, work together towards helping these early-stage innovators. And what we want to do also with this program is to de-risk these early stages, these innovation and projects at the very early stages, because we see that, of course, there's an interest by investors. They want to invest, but sometimes these deep tech venture, innovations and ventures and projects at very early stages, of course, they are too risky. And we want to risk, through this program, we want to risk these ventures, these projects, and attract investors at early stages. Because also, for example, yesterday, also I was reading that, we see these investment trends, right? I mean, we have seen a lot of capital in the years right after the pandemic, like 2021 and 22, but now the trend, there's not so much capital flowing. But however, we see that the investment at early stages is increasing, So there's this interest. Every time investors, they want to come
sorry to
earlier
interrupt,
on,
that's very
but
interesting.
we have to be able to de-risk these ventures, projects at the very early stages and have this capital that you were mentioning at the beginning of the session, right? And we need this capital to really launch and give a push to these deep tech innovations in Europe. So I hope we are succeeding at this with the Deep Tech Venture Builder.
Yeah, thank you. That sounds great. And I don't know if you can hear me, Maria, but I kind of interrupted here because you made a very interesting statement saying that the investment in early phase is increasing while the total investment is declining. One would think that nobody wants to invest in the high-risk early phase. So I would be very happy, to hear more about why do you think this is happening. And I can see that actually Mios is kind of, has opened eyes. So Mios, you might also comment that statement. It is very interesting for me, surprising to me, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Early stage investment is always tricky because it always is a small amount of money that should take your venture from one point to another, allow you to raise another bunch of money. And this is, you can spend the money only once. So this is a lot depending on the trust that investors put on you. And usually for the person is a lot of money. So every help the startup gets from the organization like universities, partnerships, like from EIT Health, from programs that allow you to reduce the risk that you can make a mistake because you don't know something. This is very important. This that Jan told before, this founder, this spin-off person, he's responsible not only for the technical part, he's responsible for whole operation. So he needs to know about finance a little bit, about marketing and everything. So he will learn for the whole way. And each startup is from 0 to 1. It's not another gas station operation. Yeah? You need to develop every single part. And this is why the knowledge is key to reduce the risk.
Thank you. So, Maria, what do you think? Because you raised this topic. So, do you have an answer why the early stage investment is increasing?
Sorry, did you? I'm
yes,
having
so,
some
yeah,
trouble with
yes.
the connection. Maybe I didn't hear you very well. Your question. I'm not sure if you addressed the question to me, but
yes,
if you could repeat it.
Yes. So basically, the question is that you mentioned that the early stage investment is increasing while the total investment is declining. Why do you think this is happening? What is the reason of being interested?
What is the reason? Yeah, I think, of course, and this is, of course, here my opinion, right? I mean, I don't have that data why, right? This is happening, but I see that, and I think the trend is that, of course, investors, if they want to, if they access early on to this, of course, deep tech innovations and ventures, of course, they want to succeed, right? And of course, investors, they want their money back, right? And at least, 10 times at least, right? I mean, that's investment. But deep tech investments, you have like then higher returns. And that is also, that is why we are seeing this interest in deep tech, because of course it takes more time, but then the return, is higher, these deep tech innovations. So I think, of course, these higher returns, right, and that this deep tech innovation can offer is one of the things that is attracting investors, right, to these early stages and deep tech innovations. And then, of course, I think that deep tech is not that I think, but also what we're seeing is this deep tech innovation and ventures that have this public support, and they are going through incubators or venture builders. They have a higher success rate, and we know this is high risk, right? This is innovation, this is startup, this is deep tech. But then if they have this public support, then there is a higher chance, of these ventures succeeding. So I think that this might be, one of the reasons. But of course, I think this is, of course, open to discussions. And I don't know, maybe Mateus, right? I mean, also from the investment side, I don't know what is your perspective. I'm just asking here. But
wonderful. So we started to have a conversation. Yes.
Your different opinions.
So Mateus, there's a question to you.
Yeah, I think that deep tech companies have a longer runway, and on the first steps we need to cooperate with institutions like venture builders, like public institutions, to help improve solutions from idea to tools. And after this first step, we have to cooperate with corporation which test our solutions and help to improve and prepare our products to market fit. And I think that in this area we need closely cooperation between corporates, between public institutions, between universities, and this is highly important to prepare this deep tech solutions to ready for the market.
If I may just second this, Ferenc, apologies for coming in. Basically, Mateusz was pitching for the EIT model here. As I've mentioned, this is
I was just about to ask you, yes.
And I believe that, referring back to the initial question of yours, we do have numbers showing that, for example, in global market capitalization, there are only 2 companies out of 20 in the world that are from Europe, and one of them is a pharma company. Actually, and when we talk about the why, probably we need to look around this risk-taking capabilities in Europe versus that in, for example, the United States. And I think in Europe, in general, we have probably somewhat less taste for risk. Nevertheless, we have a longer history in collaboration in terms of building such collaborations and in ecosystems. And for example, through the EIT programs, we see that we can have very, very high leverage. Actually, for every euro we invest, we get back around 25 euro from non-EIT funding typically not only public, but also a lot of private funds. So I believe what Mateusz said is super important. Very, very often you will need probably the first client. You would need the first test bed to prove, and not necessarily the first big investor. What we see is probably further down the road is where European companies, but in particular, actually Central Eastern European companies tend to be too modest. And we see on our own numbers as well that for a euro of investment, we actually tend to get very good results when it comes to the numbers, the sheer numbers of products, services, venture supported and so on. But when we look at the investment attracted, the region tends to underperform even compared to Western Europe or Scandinavia, leave alone the United States. So I think this is where the power of such collaborations and ecosystems come in. And I think this is also partially the answer of why is that we have very strong research communities in Europe. So after having built such strong research communities and creating the hype, the vibe of deep tech startups, I think it's good news that we have more and more of these. But what we are missing here is actually being able to go to the next level, probably. And this is where I believe we also have to improve how we collaborate globally, but even within Europe as a single market, more or less, and also to be able to attract the investors who very often value the stability of, for example, the local legislative environment, the local environment which is favoring or not favoring entrepreneurs or early stage startups, and would often require you to move your company, for example, to northern part of Europe or western part of Europe to be deemed as less risky itself.
Yes, so Anya actually would like to comment that.
Yes, thank you. I just wanted to say something that is also related to money, which you have already mentioned, and money is fundamental. But I think also when I'm listening to what has just been said, that we are missing, especially here in Poland, an American approach that is called "it's okay to fail." This is something that we should learn in order to be able to, adapt different technologies in a more agile, quicker way, perhaps. Because I think that some investors fear to invest money because they cannot see this profit in short term, right? And when we have a look at the United States, where many deep tech companies come from, many startups invent different solutions. So that's why I think that we should learn this approach. It's okay to fail. And there is also another thing. In my view, we should also concentrate on solutions that are patient-driven and that are addressing real needs of patients or medical staff. Because otherwise we will be implementing technology just for implementing it. And the aim of technology, of digitalization, is to improve different processes, medical, non-medical. So this is it. Thank you.
Okay. So this is a very good moment to discuss what's happening when we have a startup. We have one investor. We took money. We built what we should build. We have prototypes. We need to right now get CE mark on it or get FDA approval, and we need money. But it takes time, and we're not able to sell to present the traction, the earning. We cannot have any client because this is medtech. We are not right to sell. So in United States, VC don't want to invest at this stage. In the East Coast, for most of the time, the CVC, so this is commercial, like Medtronic or Philips or Abbott, they invest from their CVC unit money, give the knowledge how to run the regulation, how to run clinical trials, and after this device is ready to be sold, then VC come again, and with the Series A round. And this is how you go into the market. In Poland, there is no CVC. In Poland, without programs like SPIKE that we see today for TRL6 project, it is very difficult to convince investor to wait at least 2 years to get this product in the market. It doesn't matter if it's Dipter or not, it's HealthTech, MedTech, IVDR, the same thing. Thank you.
Thank you. And actually, I would like to go to Márton. And Márton, you might give us some more insights how especially EIT is supporting Poland and the Central Eastern European region. There is a support program which is called Regional Innovation Scheme, which has actually anniversary. The other kind of issue that we not necessarily have time to talk about right now, but is let's say misproportion of accessing EU development money from let's say Poland or Central Eastern Europe versus Western Europe. And I believe that EIT has a lot of positive initiatives to close this gap or to manage that situation. So I guess in Poland we are very interested to listen, what EIT can help, especially for Polish researchers, enterprises, to be more successful to access network and also European funds.
Thank you, Ferenc. Indeed, while the EIT was set up in 2008 and we started to operate in 2010, we have seen that the first 5-6 years of the history has brought with the excellence a very high level of geographical concentration in Western Europe and Northern Europe in terms of the activities. So we wanted to combat this disparity and started the Regional Innovation Scheme you have mentioned as a voluntary outreach scheme back in 2014. And with the current 7-year framework, which started in 2021, we actually moved from a sheer voluntary scheme into a mandatory integral part of the strategy. Meaning that for specific conditions, we give more favorable funding ratio to activities which fall under such activities. And in fact, if you compare the achievements of the EIT following this model with that of participation of widening countries or EU 13, to for example, the Horizon Europe program, actually the proportion of funds that are accessed by these countries is 2-3 times higher in the EIT programs than that in other Horizon programs. So what we do with this scheme is actually that we customize a lot of the activities, may it be nurturing talent or supporting businesses or innovations in a more customized way. We also see, for example, that the key element in this sort of semi-broken, let's call it, pipeline is the accessibility of research infrastructure, which also tends to concentrate in Western Europe. So you have to overcome this, and you have to help the innovators, universities, research organizations in the region to be able to boost their innovation capacity. And I'd like to mention, for example, one of the programs we run is called EIT Jumpstarter, which really aims to help early stage ideas, so straight off probably from universities or students, very early stage ideas to nurture. And actually one of the successes that exemplify these programs come from EIT Health project back in 2019, which was back then just an idea of how to use a deep tech area, artificial intelligence, in service of the health sector. And the company Ligens is a Lithuanian-based startup, basically has developed AI and a software over it, which uses, of course, continuous big data and machine learning to support medical doctors by basically shortening the time needed for such typically cardiovascular imaging processes. But basically, this also links back to the very first question today. This also brings together the societal impact, societal answer, basically making such services more accessible to a wider range of patients while generating profit. So this company went through the full journey from 2019 basically to where it is now, winning the InnoStars Awards in 2020 to successfully raise additional funding. We also have dedicated programs like the Deep Tech Talent Initiative, in which we aim to skill, reskill, upskill 1 million talents across Europe until the end of 2025 in all deep tech areas. And I would like to also mention another project, the Higher Education Initiative the EIT is running. And if anyone is interested, actually there is a call which is live right now. So if you Google for EIT HEI, then you would see that there is a deadline coming for application soon. And in this program, we basically bring together universities to help them develop their innovation action plans. And one project, for example, now involves the Medical University of Gdansk, which is also about to bring together AI. It's a rapidly emerging area in routine patient care, basically to make it more a common practice. So the main goal here is to increase the innovation and entrepreneurial capacity within the partners, including the Medical University of Gdansk. And for such programs, we actually tend to give a higher funding rate than that for the normal activities of our innovation communities, which, as I mentioned, are long-term, up to 15-year partnership with the EIT, with a gradually decreasing fund from the EIT and attracting alternative funds to maintain the activities. But for such activities, targeting the region, targeting these specific challenges, we maintain a higher rate of funding.
Thank you very much. And our time is just about to finish, so it's time to come to the kind of happy ending of the story. And I would like to be very specific here because I can tell you, or I can give you some examples of success from Poland and even from Zabrze. So let me just give you two nice stories. When we talk about calls and accessing Horizon money, and EIT Health itself is part of the Horizon program, and we have some allocation of programs. So one of the success story is BrightNet, which is a Polish IT company, and they created a program which is called Moon, and I don't want to talk too much about the program. The thing I wanted to say is that from whole Europe, actually this is the program that has won an innovation grant, which is a collaboration. And in this program, it's a big thing to participate in a Horizon program as a participant. You might know that Horizon programs usually involve multiple countries, and the perception usually is that the big names, from Western Europe are winning everything. And here in this specific competition, or call if you like, a Polish company is the one who is the consortium leader, with big names in the consortium like Karolinska Institute, for instance, who are contributing to that program. So actually a Polish IT company is leading a consortium with huge names from whole Europe to develop a specific solution. And special thanks, by the way, for Joanna Broy, who was supporting this project. And that's a specific program that we are giving to our partners to help to win the success rate of such wins. And I would like to also give another example from Zabrze, because we are here, that there is a very nice company, and I saw them here, which is InventMed, having a medical device. And actually InventMed has participated in multiple programs of EIT Health, and they become more and more successful, and I hope that we are contributing to that as well. So we can give very specific examples from this very building, if you like, for the collaboration. And this is where I would like to close our session. Just very quickly jump around the table. And you might heard that this session was organized by EIT Health, which is a network. So we are actually a network of innovation collaboration. And everybody who is in the panel has something to do with us, so this is our community. And what I would like to kindly ask from everybody, starting from Marcin and going around the panel first in the room and after that online, is that what do you give to the community, what your organization can offer to the community, and what do you expect from the community of EIT Health?
Thank you, Ferenc. And actually, I would like to say that I'm very pleased because you've given examples of successes in Zabrze especially, and this is the core business, in my opinion, the collaboration and the cooperation between individual parties that combine together in order to achieve the given goal. Okay, my expectation, or just something that we can provide, I mean, from the point of view of scientists, from academia, for sure this part is strictly related to scientific part, I mean research and development, because that's what we do, okay? So we can offer a very unique, a very, let's say, cutting edge technologies and equipment, scientific equipment that allows us just to find and explore the potential of given aspects that are developed in terms of new technologies and devices. But nonetheless, our expectations, the expectation is to, let's say, even empower the cooperation due to some programs and due to support of EIT, thanks to let's say the building startups or spin-offs, and later on just to try to spin this up in order to achieve a bigger scale. Thank you.
Well, I'm representing EIT Health, so I think I will echo my colleagues saying that we are offering you collaboration, support, and also funding. So please approach us if you have any question regarding any aspect of any of the issues that have been discussed today. Yes, and what we are expecting engagement, and so don't be shy, just talk to us and we'll try to figure out what we can do together. Thank you.
MedTech design can offer help with building invincible startups, with regulation, with operational work in R&D, building products, certification, reimbursements, and preparing the startup for fundraising, that kind of work. Thank you.
Thank you. And Jan? What do you expect? What do you offer?
Yeah, so in EIT Health, I mean, we are really very happy to be part of a network and this networking programs and workshops, because it's something really new for a research institute to get involved and really be exposed to industry partners and investors, and this is something we are very eager and looking forward to. And what we can offer is our expertise. We are an Institute of Physical Chemistry, but since a couple of years, there has been a couple of research groups focusing on research in biology and biomedicine in general. And that spans from diagnostic technologies, development of new diagnostic technologies, biomaterials, tissue engineering, microfluidics for pharmaceutical industries such as drug testing or regenerative medicine. And we just hope we can also, as an institute, as a place where spin-offs are created, help close this gap between basic research and the pharma and biotech market.
Thank you very much. Maria. So Maria, Maria, yes. What your program can contribute, and what do you expect from the community?
Thank you, and sorry for the little delay, and again, sorry. So yeah, what we expect, what we can offer, of course, yeah, what we expect. I mean, if you ask me right now that we are expecting to launch the call for the DTP program next week, I expect to collaborate with of course, key stakeholders like academia, like investors, like venture builders, and we expect to, of course, receive application from promising projects, from Europe to go through this deep tech venture builder program. And of course, what we offer, of course, this program that is almost 1 year long. We offer this support in terms of the training, in terms of the funding provided. We have, of course, an extensive network that we're going to give access to all the projects that enter to the DTV program. We'll give access to this extensive network around Europe, of course, not only healthcare organizations, but of course VCs, venture capital that are willing to co-invest with us in these projects. So this is what we offer, right? I mean, this support in terms of funding, in terms of the mentoring and the training, and the skills to launch, your ventures in deep tech. So I hope we can collaborate as much as possible with key stakeholders around Europe, and especially with academia and also private part.
Thank you very much.
In terms of venture building and investment.
Thank you. And our time is kind of over, so really very, very quickly, just one sentence is, if Mateusz, you could say, and finally Márton.
Thanks. So we as Santander Bank Poland, we are also in partnership with EIT, and what we expectation from EIT and what we offer is support to the preparation of companies for venture debt funding, because this is our main financial instrument which we offer to the tech companies. This instrument is especially for companies which have evaluated business model, which sell the products, and have solid customer base. And what is the most importantly is this are companies in the post-seed and serious stage. So in the other words, these are companies that are likely to achieve positive EBITDA within 2 years of starting of our financing. And and for companies for the earlier stages, we can help with international commercialization, because as a Santander Bank, we are in a lot of countries in the world, and we can give access to best global funds and business angels.
Thank you very much. That was a long one sentence. And Márton, maybe with a shorter one sentence, we can close with you the session.
Thank you very much. So with the EIT, we offer direct access to a vast ecosystem and network, more than 2,400 partners in the 9 existing innovation communities. If I'm not mistaken, in Poland, 7 out of these 9 innovation communities have even direct physical hubs accessible, split between Krakow and Warsaw. So what I, in exchange, would kindly urge all of you is to check how you can get involved, because we have an offer to business creation, innovation, entrepreneurs, students, higher education institutions. So I'm sure that if you go after this information, you will find the best way you can collaborate with us.
Thank you very much, and thank you for the patience of the organizers. The session has ended. Thank you very much.
Thank you.